All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. I'm Ron Morgan. I'm a co-host.
Dave Havlicek.
We're here to entertain you, educate you, and make you laugh. Now, today, we actually may have a listener make you laugh.
It's a little
tease.
sneak preview.
You don't know what's going to happen, so you will find out later. Oh, man, where are we at in this crazy political world?
Things are going... You know what? I saw a post on X last week. I believe it's Devin Erickson.
Okay.
He's... I don't actually know who he is, but he made an amazing point about what Trump's doing. And we talked about, like, what's his story with Gaza? Like, what is Trump doing, right? So, now Devin, he used an analogy to the sport of fencing, which, you know, like the poke with a sword sport. I loved his point, but I didn't care for the analogy because who the fuck knows about fencing, right?
Just people in Seattle.
But
they have a fencing class there.
Well, they have them everywhere, but there's like 5 people in them, you know, like. But I reformulated it into video games because that's what I'm a good at.
Okay.
And what I thought of was, so when you're playing a competitive video game and you run into somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing, they're kind of new to the game.
Yeah.
Really, the best way to beat them is to pick like a strong character with like one strong move, and just spam that move again and again and again, right? If you guys are familiar with Street Fighter, you know, Chun-Li's lightning kick, you lock them in the corner and just spam the kick. Like, they don't know how to get out of it, right? And they get so frustrated, they lose their minds. They scream, "You're cheating!" You know, like they don't know what to do, and that's what Trump is doing.
Yes,
he's spamming the fucking move against Democrats that don't know how to play.
Yep. No, like Dave Bongino has the Rock'em Sock'em robots, and that's what he uses. He actually, at this point, he's now disconnected the Rock'em Sock'em robots from the ring, and he just bashes them together because that's what Trump is doing. Yeah, because Trump is actually going after some of the big stuff now.
Oh yeah, like they're talking about IRS, the Pentagon.
Well, yeah, and then the double flush.
What? Yeah,
you know, in the toilet when you flush it, the double flush. He's trying to increase water pressure to toilets.
Go give us back our toilets.
No, it's not. Okay, I had to do the joke, and then there's some hyperbole in there. I don't believe we're going back to the 3-gallon flush tank that was removed in the 90s. But everyone, there was so much complaints about double flushing.
Yeah.
Then I just had to make that joke. So
no, like we should be doing that. Why are you telling me what kind of toilet I can have? And like the idea of wasting water is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Right? The planet is like 80% water, and the water evaporates into the sky, and then it falls on us for free, which it's actually doing right now in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So is that what's going on out there now?
It could be Bill Gates driving his hurricane machine. You know?
Well, no, but is this rain?
Yeah. Oh, you're not familiar with it? It's been so long.
I mean, for you, you know, here in Vegas, the last time it rained was like 214 days ago.
That's about average.
Yeah, I know. No, the first year I moved here, I don't think it rained the entire year. If it did, it was when I was traveling.
But when you give water to cows or flush water down the toilet or use a shower, that water flows out through the sewage system, right? They clean it up.
Yeah.
And then it goes back into the sky and falls down again.
Well, no, there's a...
So you can't waste water.
I believe there's a brewery in California that's using sewer water, and they're cleaning... No, they're obviously cleaning it up.
I would hope so.
What is this chunk in my beer? No, and they're using it. So, no, awesome. Oh, and speaking of them going to the IRS, hey, big balls. I mean, come on. I've spoke very positively to you, about you. I mean, if you were in the IRS's computers... and you were looking at my file, and you were to sneeze and actually hit delete,
yeah,
I'd owe you a couple beers.
I mean, we don't know what they have on us, so, you know.
Yeah. What do they have on Congress is my question.
Well, that's a good question. Maybe we'll find out next week. I love this stuff, man. I just fucking get in there, delete it all, or expose it all. Fuck these people up, man.
It's actually, well, because Trump made a quote early on, and he goes, "We're going to win so much, you're going to be tired of winning."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, that's...
fuck, man, I'm tired of this. It's just like, oh my God, not more.
I'm not tired.
Keep going. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing it, but I can't keep up with it.
That's the point. Just spam the move. Yeah. Spam the move. Lightning kick in the corner. Just lock him in the corner and lightning kick.
No, it's great. And if he goes after Congress, all I'm going to say is we're at the point, people, to start investigations, we need to lock some people up.
Yeah.
If they're doing this and we can prove it, lock them up.
Right.
Or let them escape to a country without expedition. I don't care. Either way, they're out of my life at that point. I would actually find that more funny when you just see private planes just screaming out of this country.
You know, we're going to need some snap elections if maybe Dina Titus is one of these.
So we talked about on the podcast probably 3 or 4 months ago, and they said that they passed a bill that said if 100 or more members of Congress were to die or whatever, they changed the rules of how to reappoint them. This may be the case.
Well, why don't we get 99?
Well, I mean...
Let's just stop at 99.
No. Okay. Weird on that one, but
why not? I mean, so if they're going to try and cheat, then cheat them back.
No. They were, to me, that was set up to something else, but I think we can use it here.
But...
So I don't know, but just, I want to see... I want to see all pedophiles on planes just screaming out of this country like, oh my God, because the Epstein files are coming.
I heard that.
And the JFK files are coming, I believe.
I heard they found, quotes, 2,400 extra pages that just got lost or something.
No, because they released all the files, they said. Wait, there's more?
Apparently there's more.
Actually, someone said, and there's a second shooter involved. And I'm like...
That's crazy. Like, what?
Well, we've always known that. I mean, I'm a conspiracy
I've never been convinced about that.
Really?
Yeah, because, like... Oswald was an expert shooter. He was a marksman,
right?
And there's no reason he couldn't have made those shots.
I mean, I was in the book depository. I looked out the window and went, I couldn't make that shot. But I'm also not a marksman. Yeah. No, agreed. I mean, I'm not trained. And he could have made the shot. But here's the thing: he could have missed too, or he could have caught a deer.
Right.
So they wanted to confirm kill.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's just like. Well, okay, so why did Jack Ruby kill Oswald? I want to know that. And why didn't they kill this other second shooter?
Because he might have known something. I mean, that's the thing.
Right, but what would the other guy would know something too? Like, why didn't you kill the other guy?
Well, so Jack Ruby killed Oswald, but Jack Ruby was, if he's a deep dark state people, forgot the name.
Then they should have killed him too, but they didn't.
Well, maybe that's where the 250 pages came from.
Well, I don't know, but the alarm just went off, so let's do the Monero giveaway.
All right, it's good. We're gonna do it and see who wins.
Yes, it is. So, as a reminder, last week the challenge was to sign and encrypt a PGP message and send it to me with your public key. So we got 6 entries that did that.
Nice.
Let's see. First one is moneromash, aka Scandy Tiger. This is lowercase moneromash, and his message was "Be a capitalist."
So,
Monero. The word's right there on the screen.
No, I typed it. No.
Moneromash. Okay. Next up, we have a new one, Crusader with a capital C.
Oh Jesus!
I'm really good at the shift key.
No, Cruise. I know it's about Cruise.
Crusader. So the message Crusader encrypted was their address that we can send some stickers to.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm going to send those out when I hit the post office on Monday.
Is it just Crusader?
Crusader, yep.
Okay, who's the third?
Third, we got OliverChase with a capital O. And he quoted the Communist Manifesto as something like...
He's a great listener.
Oliver might do. We have capital R, capital N. Our sticker designer, and he just sent me a generic email, nothing special.
Okay.
We have Ayn, A-Y-N. This is an interesting one. My dad used to work with Ted Bundy at the University of Utah, and every Friday my dad would say, "See you Monday, Bundy." And I can't imagine how much Ted actually thought about murdering him for it. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's hilarious.
It's a great joke, so who cares?
And last we have almagest. So he sent me this long copy pasta. And it was, do you know the Navy SEAL copy pasta?
No.
Where it's like, what the fuck did you just say about me, you fucking scumbag? And it just goes on like, I'm a Navy SEAL, I have like 20 confirmed kills. But he switched it up to do like a Ned Flanders thing.
Nice.
So Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. And like, it's so long, I was going to read it myself, but I know that almagest does some work with AI audio.
Okay.
So I said, hey, can you do an AI of this in Ned Flanders' voice? And he's like, well, I could, but I need the samples, right? So I went on YouTube and I got a bunch of samples of Ned Flanders audio, and I had to cut out, Homer and everyone else. And then I sent it over and said, okay, see what you can do. So he came back with a file, and I'm just going to play that file. So let's see how that goes.
and I've been involved in numerous secret mission trips.
So what do you have the Nevada state flag up there for?
What?
The traffic cone.
That's VLC. VLC player.
The darn diddly doodly did you just say about me, you little witcheroony? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class at Springfield Bible College, and I've been involved in numerous secret mission trips in Capital City, and I have over 300 confirmed baptisms. I am trained in the Old Testament, and I'm the top converter in the entire church mission group. You are nothing to me but just another heathen. I will cast your sins out with precision, the likes of which has never been seen before in heaven. Mark my diddly-iddly words. You think you can get away with saying that blasphemy to me over the internet? Think again, frienderino. As we speak, I am contacting my secret network of evangelists across Springfield, and your IP is being traced by God right now, so you better prepare for the storm, Magarino. The storm that wipes out the diddly little thing you call your life of sin. You're going to church. Kiddly widdly. Jesus can be anywhere, anytime. And he can turn you to the gospel in over infinity ways, and that's just with his bare hands. Not only am I extensively trained in preaching to non-believers, but I have access to the entire dang diddly Bible collection of the Springfield Bible College, and I will use it to its full extent to wipe your sins away off the face of the continent, you diddly-do Satan worshiper. If only you could have known what holy retribution your little clever comment was about to bring down upon you from the heavens, maybe you would have held your darn diddly fun-guru tongue. But you couldn't, you didn't, and now you're clean of all your sins, you widillo-skiddly neighborino. I will sing hymns of praise all over you, and you will drown in the love of Christ. You're farn foodily, flank fiddly reborn, kiddo diddly.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so that was Almagest entry. Make sure you get him in there.
Yeah, capital A?
A, no, regular A, lowercase.
How do you spell that?
G-E-S-T.
You think I remember from last week?
Okay, so we got... that looks good. So let's spin to win.
Time to spin. All right, let's see where we go with this. I always hit... Oh, come on.
Just tap it.
There we go. Who's the winner?
Boom, Ein. Okay, so Ein.
Right.
You know the deal. Contact me and collect your Monero.
All right, we have a winner.
Yes, and it's a two in a row for Ein.
Jeez, you're killing it.
Well done.
But like I said... One of our listeners was going to make you laugh. If you didn't laugh at that...
That's fucking hilarious.
You don't know comedy. Because that was funny. It was AI enhanced, sure. But it doesn't matter because it worked out. So...
All right, so what's next?
Let's just jump into Nancy Mace. On the floor of the house. Holy shit. She's a force to be reckoned with. Now, she's the congresswoman who was objecting to men in the female bathroom.
Okay.
She caused some shit for that, blah, blah, blah. But apparently...
Isn't one of the Congress people...
Trans, I think there's a trans one. Or whatever. I don't give a shit. But no, Nancy Mace apparently was raped by four guys. And she's got proof. And she got a hold of one of their cell phones because I believe it was her boyfriend at the time. And she's talking about the pictures that were on there. There's underage girls involved with this. There's a lot going on with this. And she's from South Carolina. So the South Carolina prosecutor snapped back at her and went, "Oh, I know nothing about this." And she's like, "The hell you don't. We've had face-to-face conversations about this."
Jesus. Yeah. Always get recordings of your interaction with the cops because they're gonna lie about it.
But good for her for standing up for this, and she started a hotline. Oh, I wish I had a hotline number. But yeah, so there's a hotline out there that if you've been raped, you can call it in, and
we can put that on the screen,
and maybe we can start getting rid of pedophiles and rapists. So there was a funny meme I saw. I was going to post on X. I didn't. I was going to kind of work it into a joke for me, and I didn't. But I forget one of the words on there, so I'll just add one in. So a politician, a Muslim, and an illegal immigrant walk into a bar.
Yeah.
The bartender goes, "Hey, how you doing, Barack?" Now, it was a meme. I found it funny. Again, I'm not a birther, but it was funny. It was. I appreciate the craft. That's all I'm going to say on that. Yeah, Elon Musk, he's going into... Well, okay, so he's doing some damage. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a fucking problem in this country, and it's called our federal judges.
That's the part of the problem, yeah.
But see, but now the verbiage is now starting to come out with the next impeachment attempt.
Well, okay, but they don't have the votes.
True. But it won't stop them from at least doing it to just mess up. But there's two words they're saying that it's all over the media.
Constitutional crisis.
There you go. Yeah, how do we all know those two words?
So, okay, we are in a constitutional crisis, which started like 250 fucking years ago. And it has nothing to do with Trump because he's not that old. But no, like, what are these judges taught? Like, okay, Trump's the head of the executive branch, right? Article 2 of the Constitution is the executive branch. Now, all these agencies that Musk and Doge are going after are executive branch agencies.
Yeah.
So what the fuck authority does a judge have over this?
They don't.
Like, unless Trump is breaking a contract with somebody that is employed for him, which he's not, right? He's offered to buy them out. It's a voluntary offer. You can take it or leave it. Now, Congress decides how to appropriate money, but Trump decides how to use that money direct. Like, so let's say Congress says we're going to appropriate $80 billion to USAID. Okay.
Right.
Now, Trump says, okay, here's how we're going to deploy that money with USAID.
Yeah.
Right.
He'd be right to do it.
And technically, he could say we're shutting the agency down and writing a dividend check back to the U.S. taxpayer.
Yep.
He can say that.
Yep.
Right? I don't see what a judge has no authority here. That's the judiciary branch.
Yeah, but he not only told Elon Musk they can't go into the Treasury Department, he told the head of the Treasury he couldn't go into the Treasury Department.
What the So here's the thing, right? A judge does not make rulings. And I know, like, if you read news article headlines and believe the propaganda, you think judges make rulings, you think judges make laws, you think all this shit. But judges issue opinions, right? Mm-hmm. And that word is important. It's their opinion, thus and such. So you don't have to fucking obey them, right? Because it's not a rule, it's not a law.
Biden didn't obey the Supreme Court. He's the Supreme Court.
Right, so like and when a judge makes an opinion, who do you think enforces that opinion?
The bailiff?
Well, the bailiff does it inside the courtroom.
I know.
But who does it outside the courtroom?
I would think it would be the sheriff's department.
And the sheriff
no, I guess the federal judge would probably be the U.S. Marshals.
Okay, and they're part of which branch?
Well, they work for Trump.
They work for Trump. So if a judge issues his opinion and says, go arrest Trump, Trump can say, well, no, you don't get to arrest me. Now, this is not like Trump's the almighty king and emperor. That's how it works, right? Because if the judiciary issues an opinion,
right,
and Trump says, do not enforce that opinion, the legislature can impeach him.
Wait.
That's how it works. It's checks and balances.
Okay.
So if the judge is correct, if their opinion is correct...
Yeah, it has to be correct.
Right.
These are not correct at this point.
And Trump is defying a correct opinion, that's why we have the legislature to impeach Trump. But if the judge is incorrect and Trump ignores him, then the legislature says, no, we're not going to impeach him.
But then the judge should be able to be removed from his bench.
The legislature can do that. They can impeach judges.
I mean, if he's given opinions that are not factual.
Yes.
And which is what's going on right now.
And I'd have to look that up, but I don't know what the criteria are for impeaching a judge.
Well, there's I can only say for circuit court judges. So I'm assuming it might be close to the same. You would have to file a complaint with the board of judges.
Right.
And they would do an investigation. And if they found they would remove a judge, they have removed judges. So, but the federal level, I don't really know because I've never looked into it. So
there is a whole system here, and Trump, part of that system is Trump ignoring the judge's orders. He doesn't have to obey it.
Yep. But I mean, the problem is, and I believe there's all the judges so far have one thing in common.
Yeah.
All appointed by Barack. Shocker. But they're not going to stop. So.
Judges in this country they're actually out of control because they're used to this world where they issue rulings.
Yeah.
Right? They need to remember you issue opinions. Yeah. It's just your opinion. It doesn't create laws. It doesn't bind anyone's behavior. And we follow on X account called the 10th Amendment Center. Okay. I don't know if you see their posts fly by, but that's a really good account because they've been going crazy this week over these judges.
Well, no, I mean, we have a judge problem at this point, because like I've said before, I usually...
We always did.
No, I know, but I've always looked at the Supreme Court as like, all right, no matter what the politicians do, the Supreme Court will fix it. I'm not...
No, they never have.
No, I mean, they've always supported a lot of stuff.
No, they have not always supported. They've done a huge mix of good and bad. I mean, like, we've gone over some of their retarded decisions here on the show. But they've been making these retarded decisions since the early 1800s.
But I mean, I guess I'm willing to accept them because it's a somewhat balanced political view of the judges, I guess. I don't know. I've always kind of just said, that's fine. When the Supreme Court speaks, but that went out the window.
So here's the thing.
That was done in 2020.
So the 10th Amendment Center account that I was just talking about, the 10th Amendment, if you don't know, is the states' rights amendment.
Yeah.
So essentially what the 10th Amendment says is if the Constitution doesn't give the federal government a certain power, they don't have that power.
Right.
Only the states and the people have that power. So if you have a Supreme Court that's out of control, for example, if they say it's okay to lock Japanese people in internment camps.
Oh, they would never say that.
Well, they did. They did say that. And that's actually still precedent.
I was actually in Des Plaines had a concentration camp. Back during World War II.
Illinois, sorry. But if the Supreme Court says such a stupid thing, then the states don't have to obey them. The states can say, "Fuck you, we're not doing that. We're going to defy your federal agents. Yes. We're not going to build these camps. We're in fact going to attack these camps and free these people because these are our citizens."
Right.
And like, here's the problem: like the rights, the conservatives, whatever you want to call them, like they don't get this either because. Right, when a city says we're going to be a sanctuary city, we're going to defy the ICE agents, we're not going to let you come and take away our people, for whatever lack of a better word, the right gets all up in arms. Oh, you can't defy federal agents, blah, blah. Yes, they can. This is how it works.
So I actually put something on X, I think it was today or yesterday, that there is a woman driving around, I forget what state she's in, and she's warning illegals that ICE is coming.
Well, no, she's not warning illegal. She's just saying it in public.
Well, no, but she's saying that ICE is coming. Here they are. This is where they are.
Yeah.
Is that illegal?
No.
Why not?
It's public info.
Isn't that obstruction of justice?
No. She's not stopping them from doing their job.
No. So if a cop has a radar checkpoint set up, and you tell somebody and they hear you, you flash your lights.
Yeah.
Is that illegal?
No.
Okay. So you can spoil their.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I saw the post you made today because. You were quoting the civil rights lawyer, and he's an amazing YouTube channel. Go check him out. Okay. He's a West Virginia lawyer, a criminal defense lawyer.
Because I thought he was wrong.
No, he fucks judges up, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. So he was the guy who did the case where I don't know if you saw the video. A judge came to a man's house over a divorce child support thing, and she searched the man's house. He got this judge thrown off the bench.
Okay. Yeah. Which he should have been, apparently. So.
Well, this guy's really good. Follow him.
Okay.
So he in the comments of his own thread that you quoted, he brought up that very point.
Right.
If a cop has a radar gun, if they're hiding behind a sign, whatever they're doing, that's bullshit, and you stand down the road and warn people, you're allowed to do that.
You're right. Now I think about it, I've seen videos of them doing that.
Yeah.
And
they
the
don't
cops
like it.
come up and go, "What are you doing?" I'm
free speech.
Yep. First Amendment right. So I also posted another question. You see that? That's more on the comedy side. It was a trucker was at a rest area and apparently pissed in a toilet and didn't flush.
Yeah.
So the cleaner chased him down the parking lot, yelled at him, and said, "I'll call the police next time." Is that a crime?
I don't think so.
I mean, no, I thought that was like a number
annoying.
like 9. You have to flush a toilet.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
not in the Constitution?
I don't think so.
Really?
No. He can trespass the guy. You say you can't come back. But there's not much you can do about someone that won't flush the toilet.
I mean, it's kind of, just flush the toilet. I don't want to see your whatever comes out of your body or your stinky asparagus smelling pee. Jesus. Crazy, crazy world.
Yeah, what else we got here?
I don't even know. I'm trying to keep up with stuff, and it just goes crazy.
Trump's spamming the move, man. Like, it's hard to keep up these days.
Oh, do you see my thing here?
Oh, yeah.
Podcast is we are the new media, people.
Why is it spelled all goofy?
Because it's podcaster is one word, but the spell kept correcting it. What else is spelled goofy?
Oh, you made that?
Yeah, I made that.
Yeah, podcaster R, right? It says podcaster R.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, it was this whole fight I had with spell check, with podcast and podcast being one word, to being two words.
Just ignore spell check.
I know.
It's usually
smarter than me, though.
Yeah, but
I can't even spell the listeners' names.
It's not good at newer words, though.
Yeah.
It fucks things up at newer words.
Yeah, I messed that up. Maybe I'll correct it. Yeah, I got caught up in spell check. So, what else? Well, no, because I want to push the whole we're the new media because it really pisses people off. And I've actually used it already recently that I'm a public figure. One, I run for office, and I'm the new media, so I'm public. So I've used that in an argument, and still got trespassed and thrown out of the casino.
Do you know who I am? I'm Ron Morgan.
No, I didn't go that far. No. Oh, okay.
I want to talk to the manager.
No. So they didn't. I never gave them my name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When they trespassed me.
Yeah.
But yet now my name is in the report.
Well, there you go.
I said you made that report on Monday after I called in, wanted my money back for the show, the tickets that I bought. He's like, no, we did on Saturday. How'd you get my name? I don't have to tell you that because you didn't, you dick.
Well, I got one for you.
Stay away from the Venetian Casino.
So Chuck Schumer decided that Elon Musk was not doing a good enough job at exposing corruption. So he came up with a website where you can go and report any kind of corruption or criminal activity that you see in your government. So I decided, you know what? I think this is a great idea. I love this idea. So I went to the website. I filled it out, and I let them know about how Dina Titus blocked me on Twitter, which is illegal. And I said, I'm suing her in civil court, which hopefully I'm going to win. I just put in my motion to default judgment because she never replied.
Yeah.
But I said, this is also a criminal act under USC 18242.
Oh, look at you quoting code.
So can you please look into this? Because I think she should be brought up on criminal charges for this. And the website said, thank you for your submission. It never gave me a confirmation email. It never, I don't know if it went anywhere. I don't know if anyone's going to read it. But hey, just, for all our listeners out there, if you have seen any kind of government corruption, whether it's, police, Congress people, President, Trump, anyone, fill out the form. Go to Chuck Schumer's website, fill out the form.
And if you
do a separate one for each event of corruption.
Yes. And if you happen to have a picture of your penis on your phone, God, send that too.
I would not do that. I would recommend against that. So just use the site because we have to get these people,
So
we need accountability.
Yeah, definitely. No, and he's like one of the most corrupt people. Can't cook a fucking hamburger. Really, dude? Just shut up. Sit down. Retire. You and McConnell go right off into the sunset if he can even stay on a horse. Jesus, he can't walk. He can't talk. So speaking of us being the new media, Trump is respecting us as new media members. Not you and me.
Well, no.
There's no respect there.
Yeah.
But he is inviting podcasters to come into.
Yes, I heard that.
So I was going to go ahead and fill that out for you to go. So, I mean, because if I go, it would be like, and if I had the chance to ask a question, I would come up with some like...
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Yeah, maybe I would come up with something maybe kind of funny, somewhat intelligent, somewhat. But you... You would be like, no, you're fucking retarded. I asked you, answer my fucking question.
How great would it be to like have a clip of me being grabbed and thrown out of the
And they just carry you out. They put the spit bag over you, and there's like three of them. One's got your shoulders, one's got your waist, and the other one's got your feet.
That would be great.
They just toss you out and you go rolling on the White House grass. Come on.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Oh, Lordy. So, where the hell are we at today? Now, what else have I got going on?
Man, it's just been like all Doge, right? Like Doge just spamming the move, man.
So I know we've talked about this in the podcast before, but I actually looked into it a little bit today because I was trying to come up with like some kind of funny thing at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
The whatever the hell he is, waste inspector, disposal dude, the bald dude that wears dresses.
Yeah. The
Do you know the whole story behind that?
So
he was on an airplane, I believe, flying into Vegas.
Yeah.
And he overheard a conversation of a designer.
Okay.
And he's like, I want to steal her bag. So he got on, like he sought out her bag and stole it. He did not get caught leaving the airport.
Yeah.
He got caught because this dumbass was wearing these red dresses.
Right, and they were custom designed. Yeah.
And she's like, that's my dress.
Yeah, it was custom designed.
Jesus.
So like, yeah.
And he is...
And it's not the first time he's done that. Like, he's stolen other people's luggage.
Well, but here's the thing. I mean, a man wears a dress and puts, wig on or makeup on. They can be passable. And they can be somewhat attractive. I mean, I'm not gay.
I don't know if this guy's trans.
Oh, no, but this dude is not passable.
But I don't think he's trans.
What is...
I think he's just a cross-dresser.
Oh, so the bald head...
Yeah.
The bald head and the
I could be wrong. Don't sue me for misusing your pronouns.
And I don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Stop stealing shit.
It was just really bizarre. Yeah. Oh, and Hunter Biden's back in the news this week. They've got some evidence on him for taking money from the countries and giving it to his father.
Too bad they can't do anything about it.
We'll see about that.
I'm pretty sure we will.
But it's like I think what they're looking at is you can't give blanket pardons for everything. But you might be able to. It's going to be a.
They can drop charges and arrest him, and then they'll sue and say, "Hey, we got pardoned," and then they'll challenge the pardon. Well, you can't pardon. Yeah, it's something that could be argued in court. So.
And say you do it and you lose. So what?
Right.
The information still gets out.
Okay, but to push back a little bit, that costs us money, right? That costs taxpayer dollars to pay their lawyers. And
normally, I would agree, but here's the thing: there are people out there that still think Biden was a good president and he did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but they're not going to change their minds. Those people are lost.
So this story here I have next is a little concerning. Not because I think it's going to change anything, but I think this is it's an attack on the Trump campaign or the Trump cabinet office at this point now. There was a lady who, what country was she in? I can't read that fast. She died because of lack of oxygen.
Oh yeah, the Thai woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're blaming the fact that Trump shut down, or maybe Musk shut down, or shutting down USAID. And they're like, oh, we couldn't give her oxygen and she died. Well, I don't know if it was big balls or not, but somebody went to the internet and said that just is weird. And the company is International Rescue Committee, Inc.
Okay.
The CEO makes like $1.3 million a year.
Wait, no, $1.3 million per year. How much does an oxygen tank cost? Real quick.
Oh, $40.
$40. Okay, so 1.3 million minus 40.
But you got the hoses too. I mean, the hoses cost like $6.
Okay, minus 46.
Yeah.
Carry the 7.
Yeah.
I think he could have just bought an oxygen tank.
Right. He could, but it's also what their bank account shows.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Oh, their bank account is that's a CEO salary. Oh, I guess it's not in this one. They have a total of $512 million.
$512 million
in salaries.
Their
assets. That would be their assets. What I'm looking for.
Well, assets aren't liquid, so
no. But okay, net assets then.
Yeah. Well,
$281 million.
$281 million. Well, let's
total liabilities $348. They have.
Okay.
Let's just say they have the money.
Let's say they have $100 million.
Yeah.
Okay, $100 million, and we figure that in oxygen tanks, with all the gear, and let's just call it 100.
Or the delivery charge. Yeah.
Just call it $100.
Yeah.
They could afford. Let's see, how many zeros is that? They could afford 1 million oxygen tanks.
So
and that's if they give up everything, right? We don't expect them to do that.
So is this? I mean, the lady died, and that's a damn shame, and that's fine. But is this set up to Trump? Is this trying to?
Of course. I mean, like we don't even know. How do we know that this was like a USAID problem in the first place? Well, like, did they kick her out? Citing the fact that they have no funds from USAID?
They could not afford to give her oxygen anymore.
Right, but why couldn't they afford it?
Her daughter went online and posted a picture of it and said that, they had cut it off because of funds.
Okay. I mean, like, how many kids die per year in Africa that we don't even hear about? Or how many, what about the Uyghurs in China? And
that's why I'm not trying to focus on her death, tragic as it is. I'm just trying to focus on NGOs. They're going to try to make Trump look bad. And it's funny because the media didn't really pick this up that much.
Really? I had it spammed in my fucking face.
Really? I only heard about it today on a morning radio show.
I've been hearing about it for a couple of days, I think, or whatever it came out.
Yeah.
No, I mean...
But they're going to just try to make Trump look bad.
Like... But this is not...
It's not our problem.
It's not that it's... I don't want to say it's not our problem. It's that if you don't like it, you donate your money, right? You don't get to steal from me... and say that this woman in Thailand is more important than my family or someone who's suffering in my local community, right? It's not up to you to decide what to do with my money.
Right.
Why don't you fly your ass to Thailand and volunteer your time?
Yeah.
Right? All these people aren't doing that. They don't know the woman's name even.
Right.
Right? They don't actually give a fuck. They didn't know she existed until now. Yeah. So stop pretending you care.
But yeah, no, I 100% agree. But I just have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of these stories coming out.
Probably.
But the reality is, we at this point, I know you're probably not going to agree with this number, and I think we've talked about it before, and we can deal with it in a second. But I believe we're taxed at half our salary. Half our salary.
That's about right.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I think we argued about it once before or something.
No, that was not the point of contention.
Okay, so we're basically saying about if you factor in whether you have state income tax, or just federal, but gas tax, cable tax, food tax, all that stuff, we're paying 50% of our taxes to taxes. This is why I say it's not our problem, because right now, if we want America to be the savior of the world, which in good times, I don't have a problem with. We're not in good financial times right now. If Harris would have won,
this woman would be way worse off.
Right, or even if Elon Musk didn't root all this stuff out.
Right.
We could be broke. We would be there to help no one.
Right.
And no one's going to come and help us.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with helping people, but we got to right this country first. And fucking Elon Musk and Trump and
put your oxygen mask on before you help your neighbor put their oxygen mask on.
That's a great fucking analogy. How did I not think of that? That is a great analogy. So yes, we are sorry she died, but the reality is we got to fix our home first.
Yeah, and look, again, if you have a problem with this stuff, right, donate your money, right? And the thing is, when the money flows through these USAID NGOs or whatever the bullshit, 10% of the money gets to people who need it, right?
Yeah.
If you're lucky. Now, if you donate yourself, maybe 40% gets to people who need it. Because a lot of these charities are bullshit.
Yeah.
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army's good. That's a good one.
You better look into their financials.
Look at Red Cross.
Any big name one, they're all bullshit, right? So, there's a website called Donor C, SEE, Donor C.
Yeah.
And what they do is, people can apply on their website for donations, right? Like, say, I need an oxygen tank for my Thai grandmother, and the way it works is, you browse the site for what you want to donate to.
Oh,
and then,
I love it.
And then you click how much you want to donate.
I love it.
But here's the best part. You see your money go into their hands.
Okay.
So they take pictures of the thing your donations bought.
Oh, good for them.
And they write cards to you, and it has your name on it. So this is all legit. Right. And
so you get the feel good moment.
Yeah, well, you get the feel good moment. You know that your money's actually going to the people that need it. Donor C only it's a very tiny percent just for operational costs. They might not take anything. I'm not sure. Look it up, because they have everything's transparent.
No, that's fine.
Here's the fucked up part. The guy that founded it, he was a libertarian guy.
Yeah.
Somebody murdered him a couple years ago. I think the website should still be going.
So he must have a really good concept going.
Yeah. They never found the guy who murdered him, I don't think. No, the website's still up. The guy was on Tom Woods' show a couple times.
Okay.
And I don't know why your dumbass doesn't listen to the Tom Woods show, because it's amazing. But yeah, go to Donor C if you want to donate.
No, I just because I was going to ask you about another podcast, but now it's fucked up my head. Is he the guy that lives? Who is the guy that caught up in the Russian money being paid?
Oh, that's Tim Pool.
Tim Pool. Okay.
Yeah, he's not really libertarian.
No, he's an ass.
No, Tom Woods is an anarcho-capitalist. So.
Okay, so let's say if the Democrats want to make hay with this, let's take 10% of Nancy Pelosi's money.
There you go.
How many oxygen tanks could she buy with that amount of money? Yeah,
why aren't they donating? They sit there in Congress and fucking bitch and moan, and they have 12 mansions each.
Yep.
On their $174,000 salary somehow. Fuck you. Send your own fucking money.
Yeah. So, no, and that's why I'm glad all this is coming out, because we can fix everything. We can get back to where we need to be, and then we can be generous. But we need to lower that fucking tax rate. I'm tired of paying half my salary to taxes.
It's ridiculous. Because if you got that money back, and then you sent just 10% of it to charity, you'd be giving more to charity than you are now with the tax rates.
Yeah. So I believe it was J.D. Vance was in an interview, and the reporter was kind of chastising him about the USAID money.
Yeah.
She's like, well, it's less than 1% of our budget. It's less than 1%.
So what?
So no, and JD Vance is usually like on point, and he always is. But what I would have asked her is, okay, it's less than 1%. What's the total though?
Yeah.
And how many American citizens have to get up and go to work each morning to pay that less than 1%?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you put it in terms like that, like it wakes people up. It's like,
I mean, thousands of people are going to work every day.
Yeah.
To pay that less than 1%, and that's bullshit.
Right.
So, and then our gas prices here in Vegas. What do you know anything about this?
I know we have some weird California-like system. So
we get our gas from California.
Yeah, but we also have rules similar to what they do.
So Chicago is the third highest tax gas in America.
Sounds about right.
Our gas is higher than theirs is.
So it's not necessarily taxes.
It's not taxes.
Or direct taxes anyway. But it's ultimately taxes.
Yeah, because I was going to make that a campaign thing, but I really could not figure this out. I could not crack that nut.
Yeah, you'd have to dive into all the different little regulations involved.
And why are we getting our gas from California?
I don't fucking know.
Because find out, call Arizona, ask them where they get their gas. Their gas is $1 a gallon cheaper.
Yep.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Drive 60 miles, you're paying $1 less for gas.
And you can get Culver's. You know what Culver's is?
Yes. Oh, Culver's is delicious, dude.
I know.
Yes.
There's one right next to a gas station, just in that little section of Arizona that doesn't really connect to Arizona by roads. It's a part of Arizona you literally have to drive through another state to get there. it connects Nevada and Utah.
Culver's is a Midwest thing. It's from Wisconsin. Yeah.
It's cheeseheads.
Yeah, if you guys ever have the chance for Culver's, go to Culver's. Yeah. The burger's not as good as In-N-Out, but it's really close.
But the fries are better.
Fries are better. No, fuck the fries. Cheese curds. I don't even eat the fries, man. Fuck the fries. And the custard? Oh my God. Yeah. I miss that stuff.
Yeah. So you can save $1 a gallon, get some Culver's, and you're all good. And it's only an hour drive away if you drive like I do. It's like 90 miles. I mean, whatever, 85. And if you want, just jump into Utah. It's a weird state, but it's kind of cool. There's some cool stuff over there.
They got Mike Lee. He's been going nuts on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's the new congressman senator from Utah. Yeah,
yeah. And he
replaced Romney.
He was at the Libertarian Convention. He spoke.
Really?
And I mean, he had some goofy ideas. He's a Republican. He has to cater to that shit. But he's all about ending the Fed and a lot of the libertarian stuff. He's on board.
So is Ron Paul being an active participant with Elon Musk?
I think they asked him officially, and I don't think he's responded yet.
Okay,
because it's a lot of work, and he's 89 years old.
Older, yeah.
So I don't know if he's up to it, but
just some advice, maybe. Make some emails and say, hey, look under that rock.
Yeah. Let's get that,
and maybe that's what's going on.
Get it going.
It is awesome what's going on. I might be out of story. I've been really busy at work, but
it wasn't super active.
I did enjoy this lady here. You see this?
Hair. What is this one?
Yeah.
What is she bitching about?
Here's what's fun. This is what I don't understand.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now.
Okay.
Is that a threat?
That sounds like a threat.
But here's the thing. She appears to be over the age of 18.
Yeah.
What the fuck law is she talking about? What's going on? She could cut her dick off and have her pussy sewn up? I don't know. She can do whatever she wants.
Okay, so this whole sports thing... it's out of control. I don't think the government should be getting involved, right?
Men should not be in sports.
Well, but if you want to run a league that is a mixed league, I don't give a fuck.
A mixed league, I'm fine with that.
Well, if you want to run a women's league that allows trans people, as long as you advertise that, I don't give a fuck.
But there has to be an alternative for women to have their own sports.
Well, there doesn't have to be. It's just that if you want to make one, go make one.
You have these women that they're little girls, all the way to women. Well, they spend their life.
But you live in a world where public schools do that and the government does that. So you don't even have alternatives. Well, but if we lived in a world where sports was just sports, right? When I grew up, we had private sports little leagues all over the place, and you could run it however whatever rules you want.
Cool.
Put the rules.
I'm joining the WNBA.
They won't let you, right?
Why not?
Because you're not allowed to.
Why? I'm a woman.
Well, they're going to say no.
I have long hair. I'm cute like a woman.
They're a private entity. They get to make their own rules.
They've got gritty beers or whatever.
Well, okay, maybe you could qualify. I don't know. And try.
What is that? We just got another prisoner back from Russia?
Yes. I heard about that yesterday.
You know what he was in jail for?
Yeah, he had weed.
Yes. Why do you... Okay, now they overcharged him.
Yeah,
they
14 years.
So there might be something there, but why do these people think they go to other countries and break the laws?
Well, okay, if you have a medical card...
In Russia.
No. If you're... I don't know what his ties are to Russia, why he was going to Russia.
I think he's a teacher or something.
But if you have a prescription for a drug, why would you even assume that Russia cares? You know what I mean? Like, let's say you have aspirin. Do you know which countries make aspirin illegal?
If you're going to carry aspirin, you should check it out.
Most people don't do that.
Then have fun in jail.
Well, that's fucking
have
stupid.
Fun with what's the Russian equivalent to Bubba? Ivan, yeah, something like that. Good luck with him.
I mean, that's just fucking like, well, Russia. Well, why are you doing this? Like, who gives a fuck? Leave people alone.
Don't break laws in other countries. We're so weird in this country.
Other countries stop acting like they can boss people around.
Well, how about this country fucking legalizes weed?
Okay, I'm on board with that.
It's a Schedule 1 narcotic. It's like the worst drug ever.
Right. No,
so we're doing the same damn thing here.
I understand. Why are we doing this? Stop. But we don't actually, as far as I know, we don't harass foreigners that come here that have weed. Like if a foreigner comes to Las Vegas and they go to the weed shops, they don't go to jail.
So here's the thing. It's not TAS's job to find out if you have weed or not.
Right.
So you should be able to fly in and out. When some places maybe kind of sort of don't really know with weed on an airplane because I was going somewhere that didn't sell weed and I wanted weed. But I didn't really bring... That's all hyperbole. It's not true. So I met a guy a couple of years ago and he's like... He was in Colorado and he goes, yeah, we're going to the weed competition in Nevada.
Okay.
And he goes, hey, we're probably going to do pretty well because of this and this. I go, how are you getting there?
Yeah.
He goes, we're flying.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, but TSA. He goes, they don't care. It's on their website. They don't care.
Nice.
They don't look for it. So we don't even technically check for it.
Yeah, okay.
Because like if I were to want to take edibles somewhere with me.
Right.
And
they can't even check for, right? Because it's a gummy bear.
They got them a lot of them stamped it on there.
They don't know that.
Well, no, but if I wanted to travel with edibles, which I never would, I would just buy a trail mix bag.
Yeah.
And just dump them in there and shaky.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Right.
But they don't even... People are like, dude, what do you care?
So why...
They don't care.
Why does all these other countries care? Like, I don't understand. It's a fucking plant.
But it's still a crime. That's
my plant. It grows in nature. Why are you fucking obsessed with this?
I am very pro-marijuana. I mean, like... Right
ridiculous. Here. Putin, knock it off.
I don't have a problem with marijuana. It should not be a Schedule 1 narcotic. But the reality is, if a country has a law, like the dumbass...
Fuck them, God. Fuck them
2 decades ago, who spray painted in Singapore and got caned for it. We're like, we can't cane an American. He fucking broke the law.
I don't give a fuck. The law is wrong. How about that? But the law can go fuck itself.
But it's another country.
I don't care.
They have a right to run their country.
No, they don't have a right. There's no such thing as a right to boss people around. There's just not.
But there is. But there's not. But reality.
Okay, reality is let's stop this shit.
I agree, but it's like
what the fuck?
Don't go to Utah with a joint in your mouth.
Fuck Utah.
You're probably not going to go out. You're probably going to go to jail.
Utah. Fuck them all. Fuck every authoritarian. Fuck all of you.
Which is a great libertarian response, and I agree with that. But that's not reality.
We have to make it reality. That's the point. It's not going to become reality by just sitting on our asses.
I'm not dying on that hill.
Doing nothing.
Because I'm stoned and I'm lazy.
All right.
Actually, do you know? So I found this out when I moved to Colorado. Actually, a couple days ago, I went about Colorado's weed. The fitness centers there were trying to pass a law that people could smoke in the fitness center.
Yeah.
Because, and I know this to be true because I had a lot of friends in Boulder who would get really high and go for a run. They would smoke sativas.
Okay.
And then they would go, I go for a nice an hour run. It's beautiful. And apparently that really helps you work out.
Okay.
So the fitness centers wanted to carry that. Which I think is kind of cool. I don't believe it ever got passed.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about something else with Colorado weed. I was listening to Liberty Lockdown with Russell.
Clint Russell?
Yeah, Clint Russell. And they were talking about the black market in Colorado.
Okay.
And they're just like, there's a black market in Colorado because Colorado's taxing it too much. That's actually not true. Well, they are taxing it too much. That's not why the black market exists. The black market exists because Colorado limits your THC.
Huh.
Because I mean, I knew guys who grew weed, and they go, well, we just grow weed with more THC than's allowed, and we sell it. And we make a lot of money.
Nice.
So, I mean, so they were doing it that way. And that's why the black market exists. It's not because of tax. You know, it could be a little bit.
Yeah.
But the reality was it was the cap on the THC. And then we've got the war we're about to get into. I mean, there's still a few floating around, but the hot one now is the cartels. So are you still thinking the cartels can beat our military, or would at least put up a fight, or depending on what we send over there?
It's not a matter of beat. It's that so there's the concept of asymmetric warfare, right? And what that means is each side has different goals.
Right.
And our goal is to stop the flow of drugs. I mean, like, how fucking... Like, we can't stop drugs in prisons, right? The most addicts in the world actively are in prison with cages and bars and guards and all that. Like, if you can't stop drugs coming into prison, you're not going to stop drugs coming across a border. It's fucking stupid. And the cartel's goal is to get those drugs across.
Well, they're
going to win.
They've got homemade submarines. They've got tunnels under San Diego.
Yeah, like there's no
the
chance.
reality is the fentanyl has to stop. I don't care about the other stuff.
You're obsessed with this fentanyl shit, dude. Like, fentanyl
I've known 2 people that have died.
I understand, but it has a legitimate medical purpose, right?
But it's the way they're dealing with the way they handle it.
It doesn't matter. The only reason that fentanyl is done to get high is because people can't get other things. Like,
no, one of them was mixing with cocaine, and the other was mixing with the pot.
Okay, but nobody would do this if you could just go down to the pot factory.
So actually, so another debate came up, and they said, well, the cartels are the ones that are putting this in there. They're putting Chinese made. No, bullshit. The cartels are not. This is not a cartel thing. They have been very open. If we catch you putting fentanyl in our product, we will kill you.
Well, yeah, because they want their repeat customers.
Right. They don't want to kill their customer base.
Yeah.
It would be like Walmart poisoning cookies or something.
Right.
The first I can think of that fat people eat. Unlike me, guys, mine's alcohol related, so fuck off. So then but apparently it's the Canadian border where the fentanyl's coming across the most at.
Huh.
And Trudeau promised Trump that he would solve that, and he's not doing shit about it.
I thought he resigned. Didn't he resign? Like,
oh yeah, he resigned like a typical liberal. Oh, the protest in Seattle. Oh, they're very safe and everyone's very happy.
What is going on? The guy resigned. Why is he still talking?
Because what he did is he sent their parliament. He sent their parliament home until March, and he will actually step down in March.
What the fuck?
But between January and March, he apparently is what the fuck he wants.
What the
and
fuck?
Trump's going to find out that he's not stopping the flow of fentanyl.
Stupid country. Yeah. Canada, get your shit together.
Did you see my post about that? With somebody, oh no, it was on Facebook. Sorry,
I don't use that one.
I only do Facebook, so I have a lot of friends from others because I moved around the country a lot. But I saw this thing. It was what was it about? Something about Canadian and we're not going to be the 51st state and whatever. So whatever. So I got into a debate because I'm still trying to get back to my shit posting, so I'm refining my skills on Facebook so I can go to X and be a killer. Yeah, whatever. So this guy's in Canada's like, we'll take you guys over. I go, okay. And it was on Saturday for the Super Bowl, so I'm like, okay, get your military, come on over. We'll get the Montana National Guard, and we'll win before the kickoff. I mean, really, dude, seriously.
Oh, my God. They don't even have a military. Like,
no, I know, but that's actually my favorite thing with
Canada. Their military is our military.
That's my favorite thing with Canada people, Canadians. I go, sleep well tonight. We got your back. We're not going to let anybody attack you.
This is so stupid.
It is hysterical when they think, you'll just become a province of ours.
What the fuck? Where do they get this from?
And then, what was it? Trudeau was like, I think I mentioned before, we have rye whiskey, they have bourbon, ours is better. Yeah, no. Okay. No. It's not. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then Zelensky is, I can say one more thing. Zelensky, okay, so Trump made a a statement and said, hey, we want our money back from Ukraine. We'll just take it in raw minerals. And Zelensky agreed.
Okay.
We sent an envoy over there. He refused to sign it.
Yeah.
So we better not be giving Ukraine another dollar. But apparently they've got the MOB. Mother of all bombs.
Oh, boy.
They've got a bunch of rockets and stuff that I think our Marines should go and get back.
Just disable. Just remote disable.
Force.
Remote disable.
No. It'd be more for the Marines. So let them go.
I want to see them like launch it and then have it just fall down and do nothing.
No, we get Bill Gates technology and we steer it, and we don't kill Zelensky with it, but we buzz his head with it. Bitch. We know what we're doing.
Oh my God!
But Elon must be in charge of that. He'll catch that thing, take all the poison shit out of it, and aim that thing right up fucking Zelensky's bunghole. All right, holy crap! I started out tired. I just got all worked up. Oh man!
All right, let's do some teaching segments.
You go right ahead.
All right, so I'm going to talk about bypassing locks. So why would we want to do this? We're not bad people. We don't break and enter, right? Well, there are legitimate reasons to bypass a lock.
Yep.
For example, it's your lock, and you lost the key, or the key got damaged, or whatever. This has happened to me, and I needed a way to get into my own lock, and I don't like paying other people to do that stuff for me.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to learn how to do this. So before we learn how to bypass a lock, we want to learn how a lock works, right? Think like a hacker. Yeah. So I got here, it's an example lock that comes with a lock picking kit. And you probably can't see it too well on the camera, but it's a transparent lock, so you can see what's going on when you put the key in, when you try and pick it, and all that stuff. So the vast majority of standard locks on doors and things like and cars, they are a pin tumbler lock.
Yep.
So what that means is the lock is controlled by a cylinder which spins when the correct key is inserted. Okay, and when the correct key is inserted, when the lock is closed, the cylinder cannot spin because there's a bunch of pins that are being held in place by springs.
Right.
And they're inside the cylinder, stopping it from spinning. So when you insert the key, if it's the correct key, it will raise the pins to the exact spot where the cylinder is allowed to spin. So that's why when you look at a key, it has like a notch at various heights. So that's how you know how the pin will rise up and down. And that's called a bidding code. So if you look at one of your keys, they're all different. So and the bidding code defines what that key looks like.
Just so you know, ironically, on a fresh key, that's your bit code.
Yeah. So a lot of keys do have it written down on the key itself.
Do you know how dangerous that is? I have stamps. I can make keys.
Sure.
But whatever.
I mean, like you can go to Home Depot and probably.
I'm not going to show the whole number, but that's they stamp the bit code on here, which just drives me crazy.
But if they don't do that, it's helpful to learn how to read a bidding code yourself. And then memorize it so that if you do need to replace that key, you can do it without having that key itself. Another popular type of lock in America here is a combination padlock. So that's one of these guys here. It's got a dial, and you put the codes in, and the lock opens up. There's actually two that are common. There's the single dial lock and the multiple dial lock, and that's usually like bike locks. So that's going to be like 3 or 4 numbers, and you spin each number to the correct location, and then the lock opens. The way these single dial ones work is that this thing, which is called the shackle, is held in place by a latch, which is inside the lock. And when you spin the dial, there's actually 3 cams inside this lock that all interact with each other. So that's why it tells you spin like 3 times to the right, and then you insert your code, because that lines all the cams up.
Yeah.
And then when you spin each way, the cams disassociate with each other, and then there's like a hole in each cam. And when you have the correct number, those holes all line up, and the latch can now go up and down.
So did you have? I probably didn't do this. If you put a stethoscope back here, could you actually hear it?
No, these don't have a clicking noise.
Oh, okay.
The multiple dial ones, which I don't have an example of, those sometimes do that. So let's start talking about how to bypass these things. So the multiple dial padlocks I'll do first. A lot of, like, if it's a 3-digit one, you can just brute force it, right? There's 3 numbers, you'll get it done in no time. 10, 20 minutes. But some of them, if it's like a 4 number, you're not going to be able to brute force that in reasonable time. But a lot of them will reveal a gap behind the dial when the correct number is in place.
Okay.
So if you like shine a flashlight down there,
cool.
You can see when the correct number is in place. Some will have a distinct feeling, like you mentioned, or you can put a stethoscope on and you'll hear like a click, or you'll feel some pressure when the correct number is into place. And a lot of times to do that, you'll have to put pressure on the lock itself.
Okay.
So like try and pull the lock apart and then move the numbers around. But a lot of times, like if it's a bike lock, bolt cutters just fucking right through it like butter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like really,
bolt cutters are a little bit complicated, but you're right.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, a lock is not meant to keep people out. It's meant to slow them down. Yeah. Right. It's like a dedicated attacker will always get through a lock. It's just a matter of how long you're going to delay them. So these single dial padlocks or keyhole padlocks. There's a method called the double wrench method. Now that's going to destroy your lock if you do it. But what you do is you just take 2 big wrenches and lodge them in here and just like jam them apart, and the lock comes right apart. Another cool way to do it is called a shim. So you can buy these things online. They're called shims. Allegedly, you can make them out of a soda can. Now I couldn't get it to work with that, but
I've never heard that.
If you can do that, it's free. It's cheap. But what the shim is you kind of insert it here into where the latch meets the shackle. And this one's a little bent. Let's see if I can get it in there. And what you're gonna do? Fuck you. Here, let me grab another one. That one's all bent up. Yeah, like these ones are made of steel, but if you keep using them, they will degrade over time. So what you do is you insert the shim sideways or backwards, and then once it's in there, you just spin it until it meets the latch. I think I might be on the wrong side. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. Let's put it on this side, where the latch actually is. Okay, now it's in there.
I mean, this does work. I've seen it done before. I personally never did it this way.
Yeah.
I go more brute force.
Maybe it was on the right side. It is. I mean, like you have to practice at it.
It's an art, and it really is.
I'm brand new at this. Like I just ordered these things just for this episode.
No, I saw you did it earlier, so it's definitely doable. He's not going to stop till he gets it, by the way. So if we're in a 3-hour podcast today, I'll just keep you guys entertained while he does this. I guess I'll start.
Oh my god! Yeah, I had this down.
You did it earlier. I saw it.
Well, I want to show the viewers here.
No, I know.
Son of a bitch. Of course, when we go live, it happens, right? Fucking camera. Yeah, get in there, bitch. I think I broke this one.
Yeah, I actually heard it break.
I mean, like these are super cheap, so like you can get like 20 or 50. And I did forget which side the latch is on.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
That's not helping. I should have wrote it down. But yeah, if you encounter these in the wild, and you do some practice, this is like a $5 lock I got at Walmart. So like, this is usually like cheap shit locks that are vulnerable to this. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, so it just comes right open when you do it right.
Happen.
Yeah, so like this is dog shit. A lot of locks, they prevent the shimming method by putting a ball bearing in there.
Okay.
And that's what this guy is. So this is a master lock.
Yeah.
It's a little more heavy duty. It's rated an 8 out of 10 on their master lock system, and you can't shim it. I tried pretty hard, but I found that. So this tool is called a rake. It's just got a bunch of bumps on it, and then this is a tension bar. This is a standard lock picking tool, which anytime you're lock picking, you have to apply tension to the lock. And basically, what you do is you put the tension bar in, and stick the rake in there, where the pins meet. And I lost the tension.
So Master Lock used to put a code right here.
Yeah,
that was the key code.
Brilliant.
For the key.
Brilliant. Yeah, Master is actually kind of dog shit.
They got one that's not bad, but yeah,
no.
It's just everything's made cheap now. I mean, what do you expect from a 10-year-old in China? I mean, that's the best you're gonna get.
So a rake basically just like you push it in and out and manipulate the pins, And I love how I had this working at home really easy, and then when I do it on live, it doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
But this thing raked really fucking easy when I was working at it at home.
But the theory behind it, so what he's putting in there is it's turning the keyway.
Yep.
Just a hair, and that's all it's going to allow it to do. But as you rake the pins, it's going to catch the pins in the right spot.
Right.
And that's why he's raking it for. So it does work. I mean, but picking a lock is a.
Well, so this isn't even really picking, right? A rake.
Well, but it's still you're opening it without a key. But
Yeah.
there's a lock picking tools. So.
And I've tried picking things, and it's actually pretty hard. You have to practice a lot. I tried to get it down, but I just wasn't good enough at it. Oh my god. It took me 2 seconds to do it the first time.
Yeah.
And actually, that's the same thing that happened with the pick. I got the lock picked the first time within 2 seconds, and then I just can't do it again for some reason. It's really strange. There's a lot of finesse involved, and you got to practice. But if it's something you're interested in, you definitely want to get into it.
It's also fun, and I mean, it just gives you another skill and something else to try. So I recommend everybody, do kind of stuff like this.
Yeah, and you can pick up a starter kit. I'm gonna give you the website here, covertinstruments.com. Right, they sell beginners kits, they sell practice locks, guides on how to do all this shit. Because I'm just fucking going by the seat of my pants here. I didn't learn anything. I've got a pinning kit for locks. Yeah.
I can give it to you if you want. It's all the actual pins. It's the top. It's cool. The springs, the top pins, and then the key pins with they're beveled and stuff.
Interesting.
And if you ever rekey a lock, it'll actually help you realize what's actually happening here.
Yeah, I mean, if you just get one of those practice locks, you can tell right away how the lock works, and you'll be like, oh, the light bulb will go off in your head.
Yeah.
And this is really pissing me off right now. What a bitch. All right, well, I'm probably not going to be able to get it, even though I fucking got it in 2 seconds when I first tried. But essentially, this lock is dog shit. 8 out of 10 means nothing. If you practice a couple times, you'll get through this in fucking 10 seconds or less. And what I would recommend is, before we go on, electronic locks. That's another big one. Hotels use this shit. A lot of times, these can be bypassed with a simple magnet. Just run a magnet on the side, and the lock springs right open.
All right, well, hold on a second. So I've always heard there's a device out there, I forgot the name of, that if you have it near the key, you can actually read the key.
Yes, the Flipper Zero.
Flipper,
yeah. I want to do an episode on that, but I have to pick one up.
I can get you one.
Well, so I think I mentioned this, but there's a place that was selling them for out of a vending machine, and I wanted to use that.
No, I can actually get your electronic lock.
Oh, okay.
And I can do a mock-up for you.
Yeah. Well, I have to get a flipper.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have one yet. But yeah. So what I'd recommend, if you're looking for buying a lock or how to bypass a specific lock, go to Lockpicking Lawyer's YouTube channel. Yeah. This guy's amazing. He does every fucking lock imaginable. There's a couple that he couldn't pick, and if you want something that heavy duty, grab one of those that he recommends. Otherwise, just learn how it works, learn how to bypass each individual lock, and know what you're trying to protect against. But other than that, yeah, watch Lockpicking Lawyer and go to covertinstruments.com and pick up, some kits. And that's what I got. So
I have 2 stories about locks.
Oh, okay.
So at the last building I worked at in Chicago, this dude kept chaining his bike to our fence.
Yeah.
And he was a resident there, but we actually, at that point, we didn't know who it was. And my manager goes, you get that bike out of there. I'm like, cool. Went down my quarters angle grinder, pulled it apart, took the bike in. This dude called and said, who removed my bike? And the facilities manager did. I want to talk to him. I'm like, sure, what's going on? He goes, how did you undo that lock?
Yeah.
Because that lock is unpickable. It's guaranteed for this. It's made out of titanium, Superman shit. And I'm like, dude, I use a quarters angle grinder. It took me a minute.
Yeah.
I go, he's like, he was just so mad that this, $75 lock he bought. He's like, because he was chained to the fence because he didn't think we could remove it.
Yeah.
And then when I did, it was just really funny. But that was like 12 years ago. The other story I have actually happened earlier this week.
Yeah.
So where I work at now, we're doing a huge plumbing project.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking like we're cleaning out our plumbing system because we actually have like human feces coming up people's sinks.
Sounds fun.
It's not always their feces either.
Whose feces is it?
It could be the people above them. And so we put notices out. And trust me, it's funny because even when this guy got mad at me, I go, listen, I put the notice out. Nobody else did. I said, I will not enter a unit unless I do it legally. Okay?
Right.
I will respect everyone's property rights before I enter your home. So I did this. So we go there. The plumber said, yeah, he wouldn't let us in yesterday. I go, well, we're going in today. So we get there. I knock on the door. I use the key to unlock the electronic lock. And he's got his little hotel, the privacy lock, the one that swings over and catches the bar. And he's like, and I can see him in there. I go, dude, I can get past this lock in a matter of a minute. So why don't you just come and unlock it? So we'll be fine. Yeah. He walks up to the door and just pushes on it and slams the door in my face and then locks the deadbolt. And I go, oh, really? I actually have body cam footage. I probably could show it here because it shows the people I work with. And I go, did he just fucking do that to me? I go, okay, let's play. So I hit my key, open it up to the thing, and there's actually a tool made to get past that lock. Huh. So it's a thin piece, it's a rigid to thin piece of metal, if you understand the difference. It's got two little hole or indentations on it where you got to get it on that bar.
Okay.
And then you gotta and it's also bent to go through the door to wrap the door frame.
Okay.
So you kind of get it in place. You just pull the door closed really quick, and that lock pops right off. Huh. And I went walking in. He goes, "What the hell?" You gotta do a big argument with me. And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up. We're coming in," because I actually got a complaint against me because I was too aggressive. I go, no, I'm too honest and blunt. He just doesn't know what the difference. Because his roommate, I go, I need to talk to your roommate. He goes, you knock on that door, he's going to be mad. I go, fair enough. Knock, knock, knock. This dude came out, how dare you knock on my door? I've got guns in here. You're lucky I didn't shoot through the door. I go, you would have missed me because I guarantee you watch the body cam. I'm as far away from your door as possible. I'm knocking like this, you know. And so I got a complaint lodged against me, but I go, plumbing work got done. Who cares? But yeah, so basically the reality is every lock is penetratable?
Bypassable.
Bypassable.
Let's say that word.
No matter what it is.
Yeah, so the one thing I'll mention is that when you do rake a lock, it's possible that it can damage the pins, and that might be what's going on here. Or my rake is...
get some graphite spray or some graphite powder.
Yeah.
And squirt it in there before you do this.
Yeah.
The graphite just makes it just kind of slide easier.
Interesting.
That actually might help you in this case.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get it, unfortunately. But so
the trick for that is if you have a lock that's kind of sticky on you and your key goes in and you just graphite it. So they've got liquid graphite, they got powder graphite. Just set it in there, and those pins will just start sliding and popping right how they're supposed to be.
But yeah, you got to practice.
So that's the key pin here. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it used to be on the lock as well.
Before I quit, we're going to talk about today's Monero challenge.
Oh, sweet.
So on the website, you're going to see a picture of a key, and you have to figure out the bitting code of that key, because the bitting code is going to be the password to a locked zip file that has a Monero seed in it. And whoever gets to that Monero seed first, you steal the Monero. And it's yours.
Are you talking about a key like this? Or are you talking about the internet?
No, it's a picture of a key like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this the one that... you see the code number? I don't know. I just got this key today. So that's a 1.
Well, don't help them out.
Well, sorry. I've done this so much, I can pretty much, with great accuracy, look at the key.
The other thing is, if you unlock the code and there's no Monero there because somebody else took it, just keep in mind that any donations we get, they're going to go into that wallet. So don't be discouraged if someone's already taken the 0.01.
Yeah, and I actually don't have a training session today because
Ron's not prepared.
Yeah, I don't work part-time for the government, FBI agent. But I'm doing some research on some potassium permanganate.
Potassium permanganate?
Yeah. And then potassium iodine.
Okay.
Because apparently it's very useful. A new listener named Chris gave me this stuff, and I'm in the process of looking it up.
Isn't that like a fertilizer?
But it's also good for your body as well. Because he goes, have you heard about this? It's good fertilizer. He goes, oh no, it's much more than that. Huh. And that's where I'm getting kind of like a tidal wave of information on this stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
But the other thing I do want to mention real quick, again, prepping food is very important because with Kennedy getting in today, thank God, huge fan of Kennedy, been waiting for this. There could be retaliation with the food industry and also the pharmaceutical industry. They're going to try to make him look bad when he starts changing these laws. And they're going to be like, oh, we're out of food. We can't produce the food because we can't have our preservatives in there. Just be ready and fuck them. You know, it's more important we get this crap out of our food than it is that we have food at the grocery store. So prep. Have it ready. Have it ready. No, the shit needs to get out of our food.
Yeah, but I'd rather eat shit than not eat nothing. Well,
then I don't know. There's a podcast you can listen to.
Yeah.
It's called The Canary in the Cage. It'll give you some advice.
That's a good point.
On what to do to get through. We're not talking a lifetime problem.
Right. Well, yeah.
We're talking a short-term problem.
Right.
So if you prep properly, again, prep for 90 days. After that, use your guns. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. But no, so just always be prepped for 90 days because they're going to push back. The pharmaceutical companies are going to push back, and so is the food industry. Because the best way that it can be explained, I think it was John Taffer explained it today, the guy from Bar Rescue. He's like, the people that make bread, he uses this as an example. They pack that so full of preservatives that it's shelf stable for months now, where before it was weeks. So what the benefit to the companies are, they can have less manufacturing plants spread across the country to deliver bread. They can just make it in one or two locations, and it'll be shelf stable while they get it to you, get it to the store, get it to you, and then you put it on your cabinet until you eat it. So that's why there's so many preservatives in there, and that shit's got to get out. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I'm fed up with it.
Yeah, make your own bread, people. It's real fucking easy.
Yes.
That's what you should have done your topic on, is making bread.
Maybe I will one day.
You can do it right now if you know how to do it.
I'd want to have the dough and then the finished product.
All right.
So, but not even making your own bread. Grow your own food in the garden. I mean, hey, it's February. Start your seeds. Get yourself ready. Springtime's a coming. So I'm good. I hope y'all are good. You good?
I'm not good about this lock, but it doesn't look like we're going to have...
He's going to be stuck at my house for like a month now. Yep. Next week, I'll be starting the podcast. You're going to see him like, motherfucker. Whatever. It's like, I'm not going to go in that route. So, all right. Have a great week.
See you
guys next week. Goodbye. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.